What is going on, comic book fans? Guys, I was gone for a week and I truly apologize. I hate when I have to miss a video, but guys, last week was a big week for our family. Our 8th grader Nate graduated the 8th grade. We had a big party. It was so much fun. It was definitely worthy of missing a final order cutoff video. But guys, that is now over. He has graduated. It is summertime. I am back in the driver's seat. We got a final order cutoff video for you today. Now, in case you guys have never seen this video series before, this is my final order cutoff speculation and recommendation show. This is the show where I go over every single book that's on this weekend's final order cutoff. I check out all the covers, I read all the synopsises, and I try to figure out if there's any books that are truly worthy of you and me speculating on, so that way we can try to make this hobby fund itself. But I also check out all the new #1s, seeing if there's any stories that we cannot miss because they sound so freaking good. But sadly, after going over all the new #1s, none of them really screamed at me saying you have to pick this book up, so there will be no recommendations on today's video. But I do have next week's new comic book day cover lever picks for speculation at the end of today's video, so make sure you guys are sticking around for that. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and cover my 3 weekly speculation reminders. If you guys have seen this video series before, or you guys are seasoned speculators, guys, there are timestamps down in the description below. You guys can skip right ahead to final order cutoff cover lever picks. But if you guys are new to this video series or new to speculation, please hear out these 3 weekly speculation reminders. And the first one up is the most important, and that is you guys have to do your own research. I am going to present some information to you guys today, but what I need you to do with that information is go check other comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself, because you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. It's not my money, it's your money. Now, the second reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays with comic books. So sometimes a book will be delayed for one reason or another, and when that happens, that book can show up multiple times on final order cutoff. So just in case you guys see a book week after week, it's because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Now, the final reminder that I have for you guys as I record this video on Thursday, or at least do all the research on Thursday, and most of the time I record this video on Thursday, and I am. Today is Thursday, June 27th of 2024, and DC Comics, Marvel Comics, and all the independent publishers have until Friday, which is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, to lock in what books are actually going to be on this weekend's final order cutoff. So that means they can add or remove books after I record this video. So what I suggest you do before you finalize your orders for this weekend's final order cutoff is check these 2 places. The first place up is the Comic Book Frontier. It is a fantastic Facebook group run by my good friend Al, and he will update his final order cutoff speculation all the way up into the order deadline dates, which we'll cover in just a second. And the second place is coverprice.com. It is a fantastic comic book website with so much comic book information, especially about the secondary market, and they are linked down in the description below, and they put out a final order cutoff list every single weekend before the final order cutoff date. So make sure you guys are checking those 2 places before you finalize your orders. Alright guys, those are my 3 weekly speculation reminders. Let's go ahead and cover this weekend's final order cutoff order deadline dates. Alright guys, if you're interested in picking up any of the books that I'm going to talk about in today's video, you guys need to get your pre-orders in by June 30th for your DC Scout and Vault books in July. You heard that right, we're already in the month of July. July 1st for your Marvel and all the other independent publishers. Now, just a quick heads up, DC Comics, Vault, and Scout Comics are all going to move to the same final order cutoff date as Marvel and all the independent publishers, I believe in the month of July. But I will let you guys know when that happens. But as of right now, DC Scout and Vault are all due on June 30th. Now, the other reason why you want to get your pre-orders in by these dates is that you can save up to 20% off the cover price of these books on certain online retailers. I will have 1 or 2 linked down in the description below that I've ordered from in the past. fast. And it's just a great thing. If you're actually going to speculate a book and try to make money on the secondary market on a book, why not save 20%, which will increase your profits by ordering by these dates? And it also guarantees you copies of these books. So that is just something to keep in mind if you guys actually are going to speculate on a book. All right, guys, those are the order deadline dates for this weekend's final order cutoff. That is the whole intro for today's video. So let's go ahead and cover my final order cutoff cover lover picks. Alright guys, we're going to kick this list off with some awesome independent covers that I think could possibly do well on the secondary market, either right out of the gate or in the future. And the first one up is Universal Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives issue number 4. Now this is the cover B, and there's also a 1 in 25 black and white ratio variant done by Jenny Frison. This cover is fantastic. You got the girl like floating in a pond with all these like lily pads, and then you see the creature coming up behind her. So freaking good. And it's Frison, man. Frison, so good. Now this next one is another creepy, scary one. This is Hello Darkness issue number 1. Now this is the cover E, which is the final order cutoff reveal variant done by Jeff DeCall. Now I did not pre-order this. I'm a huge dummy. I should have saw Jeff DeCall and automatically ordered it when it was on previews. But guys, this cover is so good. It's creepy, but also amazing all at the same time. You get those bright pink vibrant covers from the flamingos, and it looks like this girl had like a flower head and the flamingo was eating the center of it, and there's a little bit of blood on the petals. So good. This is so good. It is a final order cutoff reveal variant. So the image for this just got released a little while ago. So maybe a lot of people might not know about this cover. So maybe there might not be a ton of them out there. Just something to keep in mind when you guys are taking a look at this cover. Now guys, next up is Hello Darkness issue number 1, the cover B variant done by Jenny Frison. It's another Frison cover, I know, but she's a very popular artist, and this cover is actually really good in my opinion. You got like all these monster hands coming and like pulling this girl back in. So freaking good. Now guys, next up is a cover that I really like. I'm not sure if it's going to be super popular, but this is Harley Quinn issue number 42, the cover C variant done by Ben Harvey. I've been talking about Ben Harvey for a while. I think he's going to be an artist that is going to get super popular in the future, because look at this art. It is so good. And you look at the hyenas, they are amazing. Harley Quinn looks great. I can see this cover doing well in the future. Now guys, next up is Gotham City Sirens issue number 1. This is the cover C variant done by Ji-Hung Lee. Now, there is a Ji-Hung Lee variant for every single issue. There's going to be 4 issues all coming out, I believe, in the month of July or August. And they are all fantastic. This is definitely my favorite of the 4 because there's Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Punchline, and they're all really great, but this one is really good. It is open order, but guys, keep an eye on this cover. Now guys, next up is Zatanna Bring Down the House issue number 2 with the cover D variant, which is the 1 in 25 ratio variant. Again, done by Jenny Frison. This is not the best. Not the best in my opinion. I think the eyes are too big or something, but it is a Frison cover. It's a ratio. It's Zatanna. There is some like, you know, ingredients there for a good cover, so just keep an eye on this cover. All right, guys, next up is Black Widow Venomous issue number 1. Now, this is a one-shot. This is a 1 in 50 ratio variant done by Derek Chu. This one, in my opinion, is really good. It's a high ratio variant. It's a virgin. Black Widow looks absolutely amazing. This is definitely one of Derek Chu's better covers as of recently, and yeah, I think this is really good. Now there is a trade dress of this which will bring down the overall value, but people love virgin covers, so just keep an eye out on that one. Next up is Deadpool and Wolverine World War III issue number 2, the second print 1 in 25 virgin ratio variant done by Salvador LaRocca. I don't know what it is with you guys, but you guys love these 1 in 25 virgin covers for second prints. They always sell well on the secondary market, and I only say that because I watch the House of Stein video every single Saturday morning. They record it on Friday night. You guys can watch it live. It's a great freaking show. And there's always a second print 1 in 25 on the list. You guys love these books. They sell so well. I don't know why. But guys, next up is Werewolf by Night Red Band issue number 1, the 1 in 50 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. Now this has Elsa Bloodstone on the cover. She's got a high ponytail. It looks really good in my opinion. I really like this cover. Maybe not everyone will, but it is a high ratio variant, and it's Decal and it's Elsa Bloodstone. Again, like a bunch of good ingredients in a bowl mixed together, possibly a really good cover. Now guys, I got 3 more covers for you. Next up is Scarlet Witch, issue number 1, the second print 1/25 ratio variant, which is a black and white virgin variant done by Jenny Frison. I'm not in love with this. I think it looks better in color in my own opinion, but this is a second print 1/25. The community loves these covers so much. Now guys, next up is Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, issue number 3 with the Big Marvel, which is the color version, and the 1/50 black and white sketch ratio variant done by Scotty Young. I usually put these all on there, and this was the only one that I saw that's on this weekend's final order cutoff, so there you go. If you guys like them, make sure you guys are picking them up. Now the last cover that I have for you guys is Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, issue number 3, the 1/50 ratio variant done by Pablos Villalobos. Not my favorite. I think his one for issue number 1 was much better in my opinion, but it's not terrible. I think her waist and butt look too small. I know he's trying to do perspective there, but I don't know. It's a 1/50, it's Villalobos. It could possibly do well. But guys, those are all my cover lover picks that I think could do well on the secondary market, either right out of the gate or in the future. But guys, next up, we got to cover this weekend's second prints, facsimiles, and beyond. Alright guys, there were no facsimiles on this weekend's final order cutoff, so we can jump right into our second prints and beyond. And the first book up is Deadpool Wolverine World War III, issue number 2, with the second print variant done by Adam Kubert. And there's also Deadpool and Wolverine World War III, issue number 2, the second print 1/25 virgin ratio variant done by Salvador Larroca. Next up is Scarlet Witch, issue number 1, with the second print variant done by Craig Russell. And after that, we have Scarlet Witch, issue number 1, the second print 1/25 ratio variant, which is the black and white virgin variant done by Jenny Frison. Now this next cover, as of recording this video right now on Thursday, June 27th of 2024, there is no image for it just yet, but there is the Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 6, the second print variant done by Takeshi Miyazawa. But if this cover is released while I'm editing this video, I'll make sure I put it up on screen for you guys. But guys, after that is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 6, the second print 1/25 ratio variant done by Marco Cicchetto. Now, I did not put this on the cover lover picks because I personally do not love this cover, but maybe I should have, because it is a second print 1/25 ratio variant virgin, and it's also Ultimate Spider-Man. And that series is still super popular, so there is a good chance that this book will sell well. Now guys, next up is Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime, issue number 1, with the second print variant done by Mariko Andolfo. And after that is Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime, issue number 1, with the second print 1/25 virgin ratio variant done by Peach Momoko. And after that is Venomverse Reborn, issue number 1, with the second print variant done by Craig Land. And guys, guess what? Next up is Venomverse Reborn, issue number 1, with the second print 1/25 virgin ratio variant done by Salvador Larroca. Editor Bruce here, guys. We have a few additional second prints and beyond, so let me go ahead and add these to the list. First up, we got Spawn Rat City, issue number 1, with the fourth print variant done by Z Carlos. And after that, we have Spawn Rat City, issue number 2, with the second print variant also done by Z Carlos. And after that, we have Absolute Power Ground Zero, issue number 1, with the second print variant done by a TBD artist, so a artist to be determined. And last but not least, we have a little independent second print with Blood Squad 7, issue number 1, with the second print variant done by Paul Fry. Alright guys, that is it for the additional second prints and beyond. Alright guys, those are all the second prints and beyond. Let's go and cover the few books that have a little something in the guts. Alright guys, just a quick reminder before we dive into these books that have something in the guts. Make sure you guys are checking the Comic Book Frontier, which is that Facebook group linked down in the description below, in coverprice.com, which is also linked down in the description below for any books that they find, because they usually do find additional information about books that I do not, as recording this video on Thursday, and add it to their list. And they usually have a couple other books that I miss. So guys, always check those before finalizing your orders. Alright guys, first up is Lego Ninjago Shatterspin, issue number 1, and the solicitation mentions Critically acclaimed writer-artist Tree, I don't know how to pronounce their last name, returns to reveal the secret history of the fan-favorite villain filled with familiar faces and shocking first appearances. So there are going to be some first appearances in this series, and this new collaboration between LEGO Group and Skybound, perfect for new readers and longtime LEGO Ninjago fans alike. So there is going to be some first appearances in this series. So maybe there's going to be some in this first issue. Alright guys, next up, I did a little bit of speculation. Now, I'm not reading this series. This is Local Man issue number 12. Now, in the solicitations, it does seem to mention a new villain will be revealed in possibly this issue. I'm not sure if they've been revealed before. I have not read this series. So maybe in issue number 11, there is a cameo, or maybe their first appearance is truly in that issue. But I kind of feel, as of reading the solicitation, which I'll have up on screen right now, they will be revealed in issue number 12. Now, this is an independent title. Is that first appearance going to be a super popular book? Maybe if this does get picked up for a series in the future, possibly. But you know what? I'm just trying to give you guys the information. You guys can make your own decisions. All right, guys, next up is Hello Darkness, issue number 1. Now, what I think is interesting about this is that the solicitation does say that this is a new horror anthology series, and the first 6 issues of this series will have a deadly new Something is Killing the Children story in it by Werther Dell'Edera and James Tynion IV. So you will have to buy these issues to get this story. And if you're a Something is Killing the Children completionist, you guys will want these. So just something to keep in mind as well. Reading the tea leaves, I guess you could say. All right, guys, next up is Nice House by the Sea, issue number 1. Now, this is a new maxi series by James Tynion IV, following the same idea as Nice House on the Lake. So, why I put this book on the list is that when Nice House on the Lake dropped, that series blew up. It was selling like crazy on the secondary market. Now, do I personally think that Nice House by the Sea is going to do the same thing? Most likely not, because if you look at the sales for Nice House on the Lake, that book is selling basically for cover price as of right now, maybe a little bit above, like $10, $12, something like that. So I'm not 100% sure. You guys do your own research, see what other YouTubers, see what other, people are saying about Nice House by the Sea, but just, I'm giving you guys the information. All right, guys, next up is Annihilation 2099, issue number 5, with the first full appearance of Dracula 2099. All right, guys, next up is The Immortal Thor, issue number 13. Now, Key Collector has this as the first appearance of Night Mother. I've read the synopsis for this book like 3 or 4 times. It doesn't mention anything like that in the synopsis, but maybe they got a preview copy of this and they saw the first appearance of Night Mother. But again, I'm just giving you guys the information. Do your own research. Now, the next 3 books are all final issues of miniseries. And guys, sometimes the final issue of a book does well on the secondary market in the future, because normally the final issue of a title is the least ordered of that title. So there are fewer copies out there. All right. First one up is Universal Monsters Creatures from the Black Lagoon Lives, issue number 4. This is the final issue of that series. Next up is No One, issue number 10, also the series finale. And last but not least is Six Fingers, issue number 5, the final issue of that mini series. All right, guys, those are all the books that had something in the guts. I'm going to go back over these books real quick myself, and then I'm going to come back to you guys and let you guys know what my spec picks of the week are. All right, guys, so I'm not going to tell you to save your money. I wish I could, but there are too many second prints, 1 in 25s on this weekend's final order cutoff. And the trend with those right now is that they sell well on the secondary market. I don't know why we as a community are hyping these books up so much. I shouldn't say hyping. They are just selling well in the secondary market because, I don't know, I guess people think they're going to be the most rare, and people love rarity. And there are 5 second print 1 in 25s on this weekend's final order cutoff. So let's go ahead and cover these real quick, and then we can talk about the few other books that I think could possibly do well. So first up, we got that Deadpool Wolverine World War III, issue number 2, the second print 1 in 25 ratio variant, done by Salvador Larroca. After that, you get the Scarlet Witch, issue number 1, second print 1 in 25 black and white ratio variant, Virgin, done by Jenny Frison. And then there's Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 6, same thing, second print 1 in 25. This one is done by Marco Giacchetto. And after that, you get Uncle Scrooge in the Infinity Dime, issue number 1, the second print 1 in 25, done by Peach Momoko. And the last one, so much. Venomverse Reborn, issue number 1, with second print 1 in 25 Virgin ratio variant, also done by Salvador Larroca. Now, the other books that I think could possibly do well are also some cover lover picks. I really like that Hello Darkness, issue number 1, the cover E, final order cutoff reveal variant, done by Jeff DeCall. I think it has the right spice, I guess you could say, of creepy but beautiful all at the same time that is going to make this cover sell well. I also like the Universal Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, issue number 4, the 1 in 25 black and white ratio variant done by Jenny Frison. I think that could possibly do well. You can't go wrong with Zatanna Bring Down the House, the cover D, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Jenny Frison. And then last but not least, you cannot rule out Werewolf by Night Red Band, issue number 1, the 1 in 50 ratio variant done by Jeff DeCall. DeCall, he's such a great artist, and this cover with Elsa Bloodstone is really good in my opinion. Now, when I scroll down and cover the books that had something in the guts, the only book that kind of stands out to me a little bit is that Hello Darkness, issue number 1, and it's only because it's going to have that Something is Killing the Children story in the guts of the book of the first 6 issues. And if you are a Something is Killing the Children completionist, you are going to want this book. And if you don't hear about this through this channel or online or anywhere, and you miss out on it until this book is like, already old, and then you're trying to fill your collection up, and you're gonna have to go back and get this, I can see this book possibly doing well. Possibly. It's a long shot. This is my long shot. But yeah, that's all the books that I think could possibly do well on the secondary market. Guys, let me know what you think about these books down in the description below. But guys, all we have left is to cover my new Comic Book Day cover liver picks that are coming out next week on New Comic Book Day, which I believe is July 3rd of 2024. Alright guys, there are 7 covers coming out on next week's New Comic Book Day that I think could sell well on the secondary market. So let's go ahead and cover these. First up is Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 22 with the 1 in 50 Virgin ratio variant done by Rose Besh. Some of her covers sell really well on the secondary market, and this one right here is really good in my opinion. It's a weird pose for Miles, but the bright pink, I think the line work is really good, and overall this is a great cover. Now guys, next up is a book I originally did not know existed, but obviously it's DC Comics and they always do a version of any of David Nakayama's covers, but this is Poison Ivy, issue number 24, the cover E, which is the 1 in 50 Virgin ratio variant done by David Nakayama. Probably my favorite cover that's coming out next week. I hope that my comic shop orders a buttload of Poison Ivy issue number 24, and they are going to sell this 1 in 50 for like $20, $15, because then I'm going to pull the trigger on it, because this is so freaking good. But this is a PC book for me, not something to speculate on for my personal choice. But guys, keep an eye on this book. I can see this book selling well in the future. All right, guys, next up is Werewolf by Night Blood Hunt issue number 1, the 1 in 25 ratio variant done by Maria Wolf. I think this is a great Maria Wolf cover. It is really cool. I think this werewolf looks absolutely amazing. I love her style of work, and I think this cover could do well because it's a 1 in 25 ratio variant. All right, guys, after that is Spider-Man Reign Volume 2, issue number 1, the 1 in 100 Virgin ratio variant done by Kari Andrews. This is fantastic. I really like how this cover looks as a virgin. The Traders looks okay, but Spider-Man looks absolutely epic. Now, if you look closely, you can see that he has a giant beard coming out of his mask, which is absolutely awesome. All right, guys, next up is Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 70 with the cover C, which is the 1 in 10 ratio variant done by Nathaniel Foundrain or Fordrain. Guys, all of these Sonic the Hedgehog 1 in 10s usually sell well on the secondary market because not many shops are ordering 10 copies of Sonic. So guys, if you see this at your shop, pick it up. All right, guys, next up is Thundercats Chitara, issue number 1 with the cover K, which is the Virgin variant done by Sozo Mika. It's not my favorite Sozo, but this cover features a very popular Thundercat character in Chitara, and it looks pretty good, and it's a virgin, so possibly this book could do well. Now, the final cover I'm putting on here because, you know, I love this book so much, and I want to hype it up even more when I have the chance. This is Gromit, issue number 1, the second print variant done by Brett Parsons. Guys, if you did not read this book, read this book. And I believe the 1 in 10 is selling really well on the secondary market. I shouldn't say really well. It's selling for a profit on the secondary market. Even the 1 in 25 possibly might as well. But guys, this story is the bomb. It is so good. It makes you laugh. It's so nostalgic if you were born in the 80s and grew up in the 80s. It is a fantastic read. It was so much fun. Rick Remender, Brian Posen, Brett Parson, and I forgot who the other guy's name is, but the 4 people making an amazing book. And you know what? This cover might not sell well in the secondary market. It's probably not good to speculate on, but guys, I just want to tell more people about this book. Check it out. It's freaking amazing. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of today's video, and if you guys watched from the beginning and listened to me ramble about comic book speculation all the way to the end of this video, I'm just gonna say, you guys are legends, and thank you guys so much for being the amazing supporters of this channel that you are. Now, if you guys watch that video and you guys enjoy comic book content and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. And last but not least, guys, I'm just gonna say thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm gonna catch you guys next week with the Wednesday pull list, either on Monday or Tuesday. Have yourself a great weekend. July is right around the corner, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.